Hi, I'm Lesley Koehnen of Village Health. Thank you for joining me today for some calf stretches. We're going to work through two different calf stretches. One's going to be a little higher up in the calf, and one's going to work a little lower in the calf towards the Achilles. If you tend to have pain in your knees, or if you tend to have really tight calves, you can never really get at that hamstring stretch. There's a lot of different ailments that these calf stretches can be useful for. So what you'll need is a space where you can hold on to something for balance, because sometimes doing these calf stretches have us in a lunge position where you don't want to be teetering back and forth. It's a great balance exercise, but we want to be able to focus on correct posture and alignment. And also, as with any new exercise routine, you want to check with your physician first before you begin. So go ahead. To get started, you're going to find your space where you have something that you can hold on to. And you can either hold on to it on the side like I'm doing, or you can hold on to it this way, where you have both hands on. So you just decide what works best for you. For the first one, we're going to start with your feet a little more parallel and about hip width apart. And you're going to shift your weight into your right foot, and you're going to stretch that left leg back so that you get onto the toes and the balls of the feet. You're going to start to bend that front knee a little bit at the same time that you're trying to stretch your back heel down. Now, you don't want that front knee to go past your toenails. So I kind of think of keeping my knee over my shoelaces. And also, you don't want that knee to turn out or turn in. And then you also want to make sure all 10 of your toes are going forward. So you don't want this back foot and turn out. That won't be the same stretch. So as you stretch that back heel down, you want to get it to the mat. So if it's really, really tight, you might not be able to have this spread in your legs. You might have to bring it a little bit closer. Okay, so you kind of decide how can you get that heel down. Now, once that heel is down, sometimes we have a kind of sloppy back knee. You want to have that back knee, that left knee to be nice and straight. So your toes are forward. Your front right knee is bent over your shoelaces. Your back left heel is down. Your back left knee is straight. Now you're not punching forward. You're trying to be upright with your pelvis straight up and down, okay? So that your tailbone and your pubic bone are straight down. You're not swinging your tail out behind you, okay? And you're just gonna hold that stretch for a couple breaths. And then you're gonna peel off that back foot, bring it forward, shift your weight, reach the right foot back. So those toes are trying to find the mat, the ball of the foot's trying to find the mat. The front left knee is taking a slight bend, and it's not going to go past your toenails. It's going to kind of reside over the laces of your shoe. You're pressing that back heel down. If you can't get that back heel down, you can bring it a little further forward, or you might feel like you need to reach it a little further back. And you're making sure that your toes are forward. You also don't want to be in a balance beam. So you don't want that foot, the left foot, or the right foot right behind the left foot. You want them hip width apart, like you started. So back heel is down, the back knee is straight, your pelvis is in a neutral. Notice the minute I talk about the pelvis, I get a little wobbly, so that's why you might want something to hold on to. You don't want to be forward, you want to try to be upright, pressing that back heel down, and again, you don't want that foot to be in turnout or turned in, and the back knee is straight and you're breathing. When you're here also, you want to make sure you're not putting all of your weight into your toes on that front foot. You want to make sure you have some weight in that front heel. Holding it for a couple breaths. Let's do that one more time just for practice. You're going to shift your weight into your right leg. You're going to reach that left foot back. Your toes are pointing forward. Your right knee is slightly bent over the laces, and your weight is in your heel, not just your toes. The back heel has found the floor. The back knee is straight. The pelvis is trying to be upright. So you're not hinging forward or you're not swinging your tail back. Trying to drop that tail down, and you're breathing. And then go ahead, bring it forward, shift the weight into the left, reach the right leg back, both heels find the mat. The front knee is bent over the laces of your shoes. You're pressing that back heel down, trying to straighten that back knee, and you're upright and you're breathing. So this is calf stretch number one. You should feel it in the upper part of your calf muscle. Now, if you're feeling it anywhere else in your body, feel free to reach out to me and ask questions. Just remember, we're not trying to feel this in our back or in our neck or in our knee joints. We're really trying to stretch the calves, and that's where you should be feeling it. So really listen to your body, and if something doesn't feel right, get set up again. That's why I kind of walk you through the setup of the correct posture, and I try to hit as many cues as I can to make sure that you're not feeling it in the wrong places. Let's get on to calf stretch number 2. This one's very different, okay? So this one is not a lunge. What you're gonna do is still keep your feet hip width apart. You're gonna shift your weight into your right foot, and you're gonna bring your left foot back. Okay, so my left foot hasn't gone too far back because I want to be able to keep 50% of my weight in each leg. So I'm not all in my front leg, I'm not all in my back leg. Try that with me. I'm not all in the front, I'm not all in the back, I'm 50-50. So if it's hard for you to be 50-50, keeping your hips square towards the front, then you want to bring that back foot forward a little bit. And again, I'm not on a balance beam. My legs and feet are hip width apart. My hips are straight forward, I have equal weight. And I have my weight in my heels, not just my toes. So my weight is in my heels and the balls of my feet. I can wiggle my toes. From here, you're gonna bend both knees equally, okay? I'm keeping equal weight. So I'm not all in my back leg, I'm not all in my front leg, I'm 50-50. I'm bending both knees equally. This should be stretching the lower part of the back leg. So my Achilles, lower calf in my left leg. Now, if you're feeling any pain in your knees, you might not be ready for this stretch yet because it does put the back knee in a precarious position for some people, okay? So let's go ahead and shift, bring that left foot forward. Shift your weight into your left leg, reach the right foot back. It doesn't go very far. And let's practice shifting our weight. Front leg, back leg, front leg, back leg, find 50-50. So if it's hard to find 50-50, like if you're straining to be equal here, you want to bring that back foot forward a little bit. So kind of decide, and then once you're there, make sure you can wiggle your toes so that your weight is in your heels and the balls of your feet. You're not gripping your toes, and your hips are square forward. So you're not here, your feet aren't here with your hips towards the screen, towards me. Your hips are going the same direction as your toes. From here, from that 50-50 position, you're going to bend both knees. And you're going to hold that stretch. Again, even here, you're making sure you don't have all of your weight in your front leg and you don't have all the weight in the back leg. You're 50-50. Let's try that again. Come up, shift your weight into your right foot, left foot back, find 50-50. Shifting back and forth if you need to. Find that 50-50 position. You can wiggle your toes, your hips are forward, and you're gonna drop your hips down by bending both of your knees at the same rate. And you're gonna hold that for a couple breaths. Just a couple breaths, inhaling through the nose, exhaling through the nose or mouth. And then you're gonna stand up, bring that left foot forward, shift the weight into the left, reach the right foot back, find that 50-50 position. And if it feels like you're straining, bring it a little closer. Equal weight, you can wiggle your toes, bend those knees. Bend both knees equally, feel that stretch. And you might feel a big difference between your right side and your left side. So when I had my left foot back, this was really easy. Now with my right foot back, I'm feeling a little more of a stretch. So my right calf, lower calf, Achilles area is a little tighter. So it just feels different, and that's okay, we're not symmetrical. Keep breathing, and when you're finished, come up. So those are the two calf stretches, the one that's more elongated in a lunge, and then we have the one that's a little shorter where the weight is 50-50, and you want your weight in your heels and balls of your feet, not in your toes. That's really important. When I'm working with clients one-on-one, I'm really picky, looking at that alignment through the hips and the knees, where the weight is in the feet, to really get the best stretch for them. So make sure that you're always looking down at your alignment, making sure you're in the right position. And if you keep practicing this, it will become more familiar in your body. The more you can practice these stretches, the more it will become familiar in your muscle memory. And again, if you ever have any questions about this, you can reach out to me through my website, villagehealthmn.com. Thank you so much.